State lawmakers tell WDSU investigates they will now revisit the pension system for police officers.
Yeah, and Gina, this comes after we broke that story yesterday right here at 6 that former officer Jeffrey Vappie will collect $6,000 a month as his pension. Vappie is facing 8 federal charges.
Here's WDSU's Travers Mackel with why some say the pension system now needs to be reviewed. Travers.
Yeah, this is definitely a big talker. Vappie isn't the first NOPD officer to resign or retire after they get charged and then start collecting a state pension. But some want to know if there's anything that can be done if he's convicted of the crimes that he's accused of committing. Former NOPD officer Jeffrey Vappie will collect just over $73,000 a year or $6,100 a month for the rest of his life as part of his NOPD pension. And he gets paid despite facing federal charges. If he is eventually convicted, is that something that you think the legislature, especially this makeup of the legislature, could look at eventually?
I think that they will, but once again, even if he's convicted, he worked the time. If he died tomorrow, his family would still get the money. Right?
State Rep Delisha Boyd from Algiers is on the legislature's Retirement and Pension Committee.
So I think that he's earned his pension, but again, that's one person's opinion.
Vappie is accused of 7 counts of wire fraud and 1 count of lying to the FBI. The wire fraud stems from Vappie allegedly falsifying his time cards, and the lying is allegedly covering up an extramarital affair with his boss, Mayor LaToya Cantrell. His pension is based on years of service.
He served 27 years with the New Orleans Police Department.
And Melanie Talia with the Police and Justice Foundation says that's why Vappie deserves a pension.
Officer Vappie, unfortunately, is not the only officer who has been entered into the criminal justice system. Some are exonerated, others are found guilty. But at the end of the day, he has served 27 years for the New Orleans Police Department.
There is a 2013 state law passed by the legislature that would allow, in extreme cases, an officer to forfeit their pension if convicted, but you represent a lot of cops. Unfortunately, some cops you represent have gotten into trouble. Have you heard of anybody losing their pension after being convicted?
I don't know of any public official that has lost their pension in Louisiana after being convicted. Not just a police officer, but any public official. And I think that shows how much, we respect property rights and should.
Lawmakers who focus on pension issues appear to agree.
I'm sure we will revisit that at some point, but my vote would be to keep it the way it is.
So we should point out that in 2007, Congress passed what's called the Honest Leadership and Open Government Act, which says any member of Congress convicted of a felony will forfeit their pension. Also, the state tells us that overtime did not factor into Vappie's $6,000 a month pension.